Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 196. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews and special guest for the third annual Talkin' Turkey Show. Happy Thanksgiving, you two.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, the hammer is back.
Good to have you. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
It's been too long. I have a special announcement today.
Okay.
The hammer and I have been married for 32 years today.
Wow, congrats, you two.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Wow.
That is.
That's pretty long, but anyway, we're going to talk about stupid people.
Good.
Stupid people that stay married too long. Or stupid people that say how long they've been married so people figure out how old they are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a guy that posted a picture of his Social Security his Social Security card and his driver's license on the internet.
Wow. Okay, that's stupid for sure.
Village idiot, number one.
Yeah, I don't know why he would even think that was
because
a good idea.
He's a village idiot. I mean, everybody knows how easy it is to steal your identity. Why would you put it out there for him to take it?
You gotta wonder what he was on.
Yeah, I don't know. That's basically just inviting, a crime. Yeah, might as well just leave your front door wide open and leave for the day.
And say free.
It's sort of like suicide.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I mean, it's kind of a form of suicide.
Digital suicide.
Yeah, crazy. We all know that parents can be crazy or stupid.
Right.
Or uninformed, and especially when they try to be cool. The guy said that he went to visit his elderly father, and his father was trying to explain all the different snacks he had bought him. And he said, I got you one of those guacamole balls. And he said, Dad, show me what a guacamole ball is. It's an avocado.
Oh, okay. A guacamole ball.
I love that, Dad.
I guess that would be like password, you trying to describe it so they could get it, I guess.
Oh, my guacamole ball. There you go.
Yeah, and of course the United States, things are always surfacing that we have done in the past that are stupid. Apparently in the 1950s, we needed to get rid of a nuke and we considered detonating it on the moon.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, it really scares me because, do you really mess with God's universe? Even if you don't really believe in God, do you want to risk it?
Yeah. What? There had to be some sort of bigger purpose, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not. We know that it has gravitational force that creates the tides in the ocean. I mean, do we even have any idea the true purpose of the moon?
Right. Or will the nuke actually work on the moon?
Ooh, that's a good question. Without gravity, what would happen? Jeez, it might bounce right back at us.
I don't know what I think about that. It just sounds like a bunch of rednecks with too much money.
Yeah.
Hey, let's shoot the moon.
Yeah. I always thought the moon, when you shot the moon, you pulled down your pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So, talk about another stupid thing. I got an email the other day asking me to verify my name and address and all that personal information with the RNC, and if I did so, they would send me some Trump wrapping paper. Who the hell wants Trump wrapping paper? I don't even want it for free. I would have verified had they not said, we're going to send you some Trump wrapping paper.
She said, I'll verify it if you won't send me the Trump wrapping paper.
Can you send mine elsewhere? I mean, what relative do you wrap their gift in Trump wrapping paper?
If it's a gift for Nancy Pelosi, I'm in.
Yeah. Or Chucky.
Yeah,
Chucky baby.
Yeah. Oh boy, and I'm going to let the hammer tell a great stupid person story.
Okay.
About the gym.
Okay, I'm one of those guys that's gone to the same gym forever. I've been a member like 45 years.
Oh gosh, you're giving
Yeah,
me
scary,
now.
yeah. So I go out and work out and finish my thing, and I'm coming in the door to where, the locker room where we change clothes. And who do I pass walking out but a chick?
Okay.
And so...
Can we assume that you go to the men's?
Yeah, I do go to the men's. Let me be
One of
aware
these
of that.
days you got to ask.
And so I did a double take, and I walk over to my locker, and the buddy that's kind of around my ear, I said, was that a chick? And he said, yep. And I said, he goes, and she was showering next to me.
Wow.
Oh, really? So obviously she just did not make a wrong turn.
Right.
So I had seen her come in because we basically have our same people there all the time. And so when a stranger's there, we all kind of recognize it, but I never saw where she went or anything. But this old country boy was a little shocked to see a chickie poo walk out of my locker room.
Well, you got to think about the ramifications. First of all, the gym can't do anything about it.
No.
They have to let her shower where she wants. And I guess it was obvious to some that her sexual preferences probably dictated where she wanted to shower.
Wow.
Now, trouble with this in the United States, and I know that up there in Canada, not everybody's suing everybody, but the first time a guy says the wrong thing, or, God forbid, his body reacts, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it
She's
sounds...
going to chew their pants off.
Sounds...
Well, their pants are already off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a trap to me.
Yeah.
And she'll win. So it's scary, and I think a lot of guys are going to react. Besides, how do you just go home to your wife and say, I showered next to a chick today?
Yeah.
I don't think your wife's going to care that she prefers women over men.
Yeah, I'm also shocked that a gym's been open that long.
Well, we've changed hands.
It's changed names and owners many times. But you're right, and that is kind of an anomaly that I hadn't thought about.
Yeah.
That's been a gym since I took gymnastics there when I was 10.
Wow.
So,
Location,
anyway.
location.
That's
Exactly. So, okay, now to the turkeys. We start off our turkey list with none other than Beto O'Rourke. We're not hearing much about him lately because he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, you don't hear too much from Beto anymore, that's for sure.
Well, we don't see him on TV jumping on top of tables everywhere he goes either,
And we haven't seen him get his teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
And his nose hair's cut.
Yeah, that was thrilling. That was
He
monumental.
was doing decent at one time until he said he was going to come around and take everybody's guns away. The people in the bubble have got to realize that Republicans and Democrats out in the middle of the country, you aren't going to come take their guns away.
Yeah, that was a fatal move. I would say that was
Very fatal.
The one that took him down.
That was the one.
But for most of them, it's just a matter of time before they some shit pops out of their mouth that makes people realize that they're idiots.
And between elections, you kind of forget how easy it is for them to be on top one day.
Yeah.
And walking in the sewers the next.
True.
Because they have said the wrong thing, done the wrong thing. Look at Kamala Harris. I predicted she would be the front runner on the Democratic side.
Right.
Because she was the one Obama wanted most. And after all, he was the beloved head of the party.
Right. She should have chose her enemies a little better.
She has screwed up, and her last attack on Tulsi Gabbard that suggested that Tulsi Gabbard was a
Russian.
A Russian, she kind of went along with that. Hillary, I can't remember who first said it. Was it Hillary or Kamala? Regardless, when Kamala stood up on that stage at that debate and drove home that stupid point about her being a Russian agent, Kamala did herself in.
Yeah, she might as well just stepped in dog shit on the stage.
Yeah. Stick a fork in her, she's done.
Yeah. I still haven't seen anybody that can dethrone Trump, I don't think.
I don't either, especially when you think about it in terms of the Electoral College versus the popular vote.
Right.
When you go state by state, Trump's beating the wad out of them. Now, when you go by popular vote and you just do a general, then you somehow come out sometimes with, of all people, Joe Biden winning. And I think that's because they have such a bad choice.
Right.
They got 20 people that nobody wants.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole ball of wax right there is that they don't really have anybody, I don't think, that could do it.
Yeah, well, Uncle Joe is a gaffer, of course.
Right.
He's
creepy, Uncle Joe.
He's creepy, and he's also a bit demented. He needs to go home and be Grandpa.
I still think he reminds me of Uncle Joe on Petticoat Junction.
You're showing your age.
Yeah, I know, but still, how he was always in trouble and always had these bad ideas.
He didn't quite get it. Yeah,
he just was always like, yeah, maybe we ought to do, yeah, we can get the hotel. Yeah.
Well, he has sunk so low with Democrats, which is what matters at this point, that a third of the Democrats, after watching the impeachment hearings, want him and his son, Hunter, investigated for crimes related to the Ukraine and China.
Yeah, pretty apparent that he's part of the deep swamp.
He is part of the deep swamp, but I also think he was, by design, Obama's fall guy. When Obama needed a mess and somebody might fall, he sent in Joe Biden.
Yeah, and while you mention Obama, I'm going to insert that he is probably Canada's biggest turkey of the year because he endorsed Justin Trudeau 2 days before the election. And Obama had a lot of people that liked him here in Canada. And
he had a lot of people that loved him up there.
Despite the other turkey with the blackface, Justin Trudeau, Justin Trudeau ended up coming out with a minority government. But
absolutely.
So there's the two biggest turkeys from Canada, and one of them's from you guys. Thanks a lot for that.
Absolutely. And Obama said yesterday, was it yesterday, that Joe Biden wouldn't cut it.
Yeah, said couldn't cut it.
Couldn't cut it.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't have to be too bright, I don't think, to figure out that.
No, but I think that suggests that Obama will never endorse Biden.
Right. And there's probably good reasons for it.
Oh, well, there's damn good reason. What about AOC? We can't have a turkey talk without talking about AOC.
Right. She's kind of dropped off the face of the earth in the last few months.
Well, she is. She's not that interesting. But her and her cronies, that group of four, AOC plus 3, if the president calls them, 3 of them are being investigated for campaign finance violations.
Perfect. Wow.
I kind of like to, I'd like to refer to them as the Three Stooges.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got one of them marrying your brother.
Yeah. Now, who marries her brother?
Oh, gosh, that's gross. I don't want to marry my brothers, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and then get elected after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
All I can say is, thank goodness I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah.
Bob Mueller, what a disappointment.
A $42 million disappointment.
I love his expense account.
Yeah, no kidding. He must have enjoyed it too. He milked that sucker for
He
3 years.
did. He milked that till the bitter end.
Yeah.
And then when he actually finally came out to give some sort of testimony or assessment of what he had been doing for, a year and a half,
Yeah.
he seemed like he had dementia.
Yeah.
There were people that said that was an act, that he wasn't that bad.
It looked like he was up for a week before that testimony.
Yeah, he was like a 3-day drunk, and after you wake up, you can't remember anything, and you don't care, and that's what he looked like.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Okay, speaking of people that ruined their own damn campaign, Pocahontas,
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth Warren, her Medicare for All was getting attention until she brought out the budget. People said, "Are you kidding me? $53 trillion?"
Wow. Okay.
And if you're going to invite me to drink a beer with you, know how to open it, know how to drink it.
Did you see how she held her lips?
Yeah, she drunk.
It was creepy, and her husband had to leave the room.
Yeah, he goes, "I don't want
She
any
goes,
part of
"Do you want
this."
a beer with me?" And he's like,
No, I'm out of
God.
here. I'm not going down with this sinking ship.
Oh,
They've
God.
never drank a beer together in their lives.
Yeah, too funny.
I guarantee that's for the first time that beer's touched those lips.
Oh my gosh, I drank more beers than her, and I hate beer, and I'm gluten free.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jane Fonda.
Oh, yeah, there's a turkey.
80-something-year-old woman who she just can't stand it when she gets out of the spotlight. She's got to do something crazy. So she moved to D.C. a few months ago so that on a Friday of every week she could go out and protest the climate change policies of Trump's, and to the point that she gets arrested every Friday.
And
Is that damn desperate?
and taking orders from a 12-year-old Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I think we ought to ship Hanoi Jane to China and let her protest over there with the students.
Yeah, Greta would do some good up there too, I think. India, China.
Yeah,
I would put Greta on this list, except she's a child.
It's just because it doesn't matter what the United States does. When you've got China and India, they are doing so until they stop. Nothing's ever going to change.
Right. Right.
As far as the climate goes, it's horrible there.
Yeah, you are correct.
Absolutely. What about Robert De Niro? He's brought so much attention to himself hating on Trump. He's got himself in all sorts of legal trouble.
Well, it's funny how that works out. Karma's a bitch. You should just
It is a bitch.
stick to acting.
Yeah, they're saying he's got people accusing him of sexual assault and employees claiming he is impossible to work for and abusive.
I think he needs to say that he's in concussion protocol because of all the hits to the head he took in Raging Bull. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Where he just got the P1 beat out of him when he was Jake LaMotta?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Meghan McCain, she's got to be the biggest narcissist ever.
Yeah.
I mean, The View has hired her as the Republican opinion, but, she hates everybody and everything.
Pretty much.
I mean, she's not Republican, Democrat, nothing. She's just the hater.
Yeah, hates life.
She hates everything.
She is. She's miserable.
Yeah.
She goes home at night and is not happy.
No.
How would you like to be her husband?
Oh, goodness.
Thoughts and prayers to him.
Oh my gosh. Another turkey, Shepard Smith. Can you imagine leaving the sweet $7 million a year job he had at Fox, and now his best prospect is about a $700,000 job, possibly, with CNN? because that's about the average. No, that's more than the average. That's the best they pay.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, he went from being the big kahuna, where he could pick the stories he wanted to do when he wanted to do them.
In the afternoon, who gets that kind of gig?
Yeah, and you're off by 5, 6 o'clock.
Right, right.
And then if the big story comes in, if you want to go in and show your mug, you can.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't either. $7 million. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, what about NBC, ABC, New York Times, their cover-ups? They continue. They have really created the narrative that got these phony impeachment hearings going. When are they going to be accountable?
We have the same thing going on in Canada with CBC and CTV, among some other of the media that just are pushing the leftist agenda and spreading propaganda and trying to erase anything the right is doing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The other night, they showed excerpts from the news from all the, lefties, and they've all got the same, they must have the same memo from the, Democratic Party. Everything's like, we've got what was it, the constitutional
crisis.
Yeah. Then their next night, it was a different,
saying, but everybody was saying
yes,
yeah.
But everybody says it, and they were showing different news agencies from the different channel, and they're all doing it. That's what they opened their show with that bullet point.
Yeah, there's like the word of the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they kind of use the word, they kind of change the sentence, but the word is there. But, we've talked about it before. That is pretty much something that the Obamas brought to the table. And that is just say it over and over and over again. And if you say it enough, people will begin to believe it.
Absolutely.
And it worked at first. It's now kind of backfiring.
Well, there's more propaganda that we're being bombarded with now than the Nazis created, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's awful. And, propaganda and downright lies. I mean, has anyone lied or misrepresented more than Lindsey Graham?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he took over the Judiciary Committee. He was a big JAG lawyer. He made promises about, looking into McCabe, Comey, and that whole group of FBI and CIA agents that went rogue.
Yeah.
And he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's nothing but talk.
He's a put up.
Well,
because he needs to shut up, because he just puts up words, he's going to do this and he's going to do that, and he's got so and so, and they're just about to do it, but it just doesn't do it.
Or maybe they found some good old dirt on him.
Yeah, maybe so.
I am wondering if they did, because he's made a lot of promises, and I would have sworn him, of all people, would have done it.
Right.
Would have lived up to his promises, or at least tried to. Nothing. I mean, not one thing he promised has he done. So,
he's a turkey.
Deep state, he's definitely a turkey. Now, we got several royals that are turkeys this year, and I know you are not fond of the royal family, even though you pay for them.
Right. I guess some way we do.
Up there in Canada, and you might have a couple of them moving up there. But Prince William,
God
for
forbid.
having an affair while his wife was pregnant with the neighbor.
Yeah. Wow.
Couldn't he just go a little further away?
I don't get it.
I mean, you'd have play dates and,
It was easier to borrow a cup of sugar and do a little hanky-panky and, get it all taken care of at one place, I guess.
I mean, look, he's got a pretty okay wife.
Well, yeah. It doesn't make sense. But
It doesn't make sense. But I tell you what, Meghan Markle is ripping that family to pieces. Every now and then, Well, I guess you might say that the royals kind of go through cycles where they will be very unpopular and they'll all be in trouble and they kind of went a while without any scandal, since Diana's death.
Right.
Or the scandal was so minor no one cared. And then Meghan Markle came along and split the brothers. They don't even have their charity anymore.
Right.
And she's wanting them to move to Canada, up there by you, or South America, or South Africa.
Well, that would be a much better choice. Just saying.
But she's still going to take the paycheck. She wants to split from the royal family, but is she still planning on getting the royal paycheck?
Yeah, well, God forbid she returns to acting.
Hey, oh, no. I was getting ready to say, we saw a Hallmark movie with her in it. There's a reason why she's an ex-actress. Awful. She's worse than, the lead in the senior play. I'm telling you, she's awful.
Oh.
But none of them measure up to Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
What a stupid idiot for doing the BBC interview.
Yeah, he's,
He really exposed himself. Literally.
Literally, yeah. Yeah.
His son and Mama canceled his birthday party. When your mama cancels your birthday party, you're up shit creek.
That's worse than time out.
Yeah.
If they cancel your birthday party, you're in deep shit.
Yeah.
He let out so much information that the FBI wants to talk to him.
No cake for
and
you.
You know what that means? He's gonna tattletale on Bill Clinton, who gave her his detail 5 times to fly on the Lolita Express with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right. There's a giant turkey for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a turkey that's gonna be the gift that keeps on giving. There's gonna be lots of leftovers.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's one of my favorite. Katie Hill, the congresswoman, who had an affair with pretty much everybody that ever served on her staff. Male, female, didn't matter to her. In fact, it started out with her and her husband having the, menage a trois and, group sex. And then I guess she kissed someone a little too intimately, and he says, "I'm done with this."
Whoa.
And he exposes her to the world. And this woman doesn't like to wear clothes, we learned.
Oh.
Yeah, we saw a deal on her on the internet where she's combing one of her interns' hair naked.
Sitting on the sofa without panties on.
Now, how do you go up to someone and say, "Hey, do you care if I brush your hair?" Well, no, not really. It kind of feels good. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be naked when I do it.
And I'm going to sit on the sofa. I can't get beyond that. And it wasn't even a leather sofa. It was a cloth one.
Yeah.
Yuck!
Yeah.
Do not come over and sit on my sofa without underwear or panties.
No. That's out in our house.
Yeah. I'm a German fair.
I bet you they don't have any black lights in their house.
No.
Oh, think of the body fluids.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's awesome to think about. That's gross. Like I said, thank goodness I haven't eaten dinner. Okay, what about Gavin Newsom? I mean, there's so many things to say. We don't have enough time, but let's narrow it down to him. Tell him about the NCAA.
Oh yeah, how he thinks that the NCAA, how the athletes should get paid.
Right.
Their likeness and stuff. The NCAA has run that forever and should be in charge of it. Yes, it's going to get to that sometime, But the only thing we could figure out is he wanted to pay them to clean up the streets and stuff.
The bodily fluids.
The body fluids, the needles.
And Katie Hill is from there, She's from California. She's probably left some around too.
Mopping up the plague.
Yeah. Needles, poopy, pee.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, they need a diaper genie.
Right.
On every street corner.
we could go on and on about that guy, all the mistakes
and
he's
this is
made.
one of those climate guys that made his money from the oil industry. So, you know what I say? Stick it in your ear, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, well, there's that old double standard. They're holier than we are. So if you're on the left side of things, you can do whatever the hell you want because it's okay.
And I've just realized that our last 4 people are all from the great state of California. Our last 4 turkeys.
Yeah.
How can you live in such a beautiful, awesome place and just ruin it?
Yeah.
How can they do this and be so turkey-like?
Well, they're so much smarter than everyone.
Right.
Adam
We forgot
Schiff.
about that.
I mean, he's tried everything. And he believed in the Mueller report. There was Russian collusion, and he knew it. He had secret evidence. Remember that?
Right.
And then now he's ran these impeachment hearings. Yes, there's impeachable offenses. We're going to show it. And Sunday, on one of the Sunday talk shows, he said he didn't know if Trump should be impeached or not.
Yeah, he has to talk it over with his colleagues. So in other words, I'm not going to go down with the ship, even though I started all this. If I don't have the backing by everybody else where I can jump on the bandwagon, I'm out.
Well, it's becoming terribly unpopular because they don't have anything. Even if you don't like what the president did, it's hard to see it as an impeachable offense.
Well, their supposed whistleblowers aren't such big whistleblowers because if you hear them start every sentence, it's I feel this, I thought that, I felt this way.
I heard.
There's no facts in there.
Not that I was there.
And if Nancy Pelosi, our top turkey, had not been such a turkey and put the impeachment on the table the day before the transcript was released, we wouldn't have any of this.
Exactly.
Because she never would have done it had she heard the call. Everybody believed at the time she had been privy to the call before it was released to the public. That wasn't true. It was just like when she said we've got to pass the healthcare bill to know what's in the healthcare bill. And why do we expect to get something different out of her and many of these people? We got to quit electing them in.
Yeah.
Listen up, California.
Yeah, because you could actually take a turkey, put it in a dress, and feed it vodka, and boom, you got Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
I hear it, yeah.
We got to pass it before we can tell what's in it. One of the greatest lines of all time.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you something else that's getting old and super. All these newspapers and magazines suggesting that we eat a vegan turkey dinner.
Yeah, no.
And they use all these trees and paper to print their bullshit. And they want us to give up our turkeys. In fact, one yesterday had this beautiful turkey, and I'm like, way cool. I learned it was made from macaroni and cheese.
Oh.
It was sculpted out of macaroni and cheese.
Next year, somebody like Golden Corral is going to, serve impossible turkey.
Right.
But it's funny how this has been going on for several hundred years, and it has not changed the environment or whatever. And I always thought it was about the getting together with family.
Well, we pardon 2 turkeys a year. What do they want?
Yeah,
They want the world to be overpopulated with turkeys.
That's right. We can't have them turkeys running around everywhere.
They're planet of the apes, except it'll be turkeys.
We're trying to keep them all in California and Washington, but it just doesn't work out like that.
Yeah. And in fact, if you want some recipes, go to Shenanigan Free Press. There's lots of recipes on there.
Perfect. I don't get all this Beyond Meat stuff, and if you're gonna highly process food to make it taste like meat, for Christ's sake, eat meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, eat the organic meat that doesn't have any of the hormones in it, and then you cure everything.
Listen to this. A writer says, if you want to change your life fry some raisins in butter.
Oh my God.
You
Wow.
know what?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
That-
I mean, if it's going to change my life for the better, I'll fry some raisins in butter and eat them.
Wow. Okay. No.
Just don't tell me it's got to be fake butter.
How many vodkas do you have to have before you do
It might be good in the vodka.
Yeah,
You know, they
yeah.
used to make a pie where you soaked like raisins.
In
and-
vodka, yeah.
Yeah, vodka and I don't know what all. I had an aunt that was an alcoholic. I think she put alcohol in everything. I think she soaked everything. You know what? Nothing we ever make since that woman died tastes the same as hers did.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think Aunt Bee just poured booze in everything. I mean, even the dressing tasted like booze.
Yeah.
Okay? And everybody loved her dressing. So,
Yeah,
Awesome.
a shot in there, a shot in me, you know, that'll work.
so
Yeah.
you know, I hope everyone has a fabulous Thanksgiving. You know, ask somebody out of the ordinary to come eat with you. You know, that's very special. We always ask a group of people that work at the workshop to come eat with us, and you know.
Well, I
it's,
can definitely
special.
agree there. And you guys have a happy anniversary and a happy Thanksgiving too.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
and
we
Oliver
appreciate
says, "Doggy doodle doo, I love you."
All right. Godspeed, everyone.
Godspeed. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.